Hero, and I'm here with a quick overview of my Infernal Overlord build. Before we start, I just want to say that this is a new channel, so please like and subscribe for more content. And there will be a quick message at the end of the video for Ebonheart Pack PS4 players. This character was my first character on ESO, and it's my personal build that I just wanted to share with everyone. This build is kind of overpowered because you're just dealing loads of damage constantly, and with so much defense it's going to take your enemy a while to break through, and by the time that they do, they're probably going to be dead already. If you want to see how everything comes together, I've already posted a video of this build in action during a battleground, and I'll probably have more videos to come of my build, since this is my main character. In this video I'm going to be going over the armors and the skills used, as well as what you need to make yourself look like an Infernal Overlord. So for this build we are using a shield and sword, and a lightning staff. The weapons and accessories are both magicka set, and that basically summons a Robo-Raptor that does a rollout attack to everything in this path, and it deals about 10k shock damage. The magicka set procs off of any damage you do, so it has a pretty high chance to activate, especially when you have all of your dots on. Our second set is the Valkynscoria for the head and shoulders, and this set calls down a meteor from the sky that deals another 10k flame damage. This set procs off of our DOT damage, and as a Dragonknight we have a ton of DOT skills to use, so this set activates a lot of the time. Our third set for our body armor is the heavy armor Slowed Semblance set. The Slodes are the most hated and feared race in all of Tamriel, and now with the Slowed Semblance set, you can be too. This set launches a Shadow Pearl to your enemy, dealing 947 Oblivion damage every 1 second for 6 seconds. This setup, the way I have it, only works out if you have the Slodes in heavy. That way you can have the magickas on your weapons and accessories, because the magickas is a light set, and we want to be a tank, so having the heavy armor lets us be tanky for big battles. Being able to deal Oblivion damage is really what makes you an evil overlord. But be careful, because once people see that Shadow Pearl fly, they're going to be targeting you. All three of these sets work really well with the skills that we have paired up for it, because with all the dots that we have, it's going to make sure that all three of those damaging sets proc off all the time, so we're going to be dealing loads and loads of damage. And moving on to skills, I'm just going to give a quick description of what they do, and if you want to know exactly what they do, you can just pause the screen to read. So we have Engulfing Flames for the 10% extra damage and the dot to help get our armor sets off. And then we have Burning Embers for another dot to get the sets off, and it also heals us. And then we have Fossilize, which is our main stun for everyone that you can just spam around. And then Deep Breath to keep the damage up to everyone around you. And then we have Flame Lash as our main single target damage. And for our ultimate we have Ferocious Leap. And it's important to get Ferocious Leap because you want the damage shield as opposed to the other morph with longer range. Alright, that was our shield and sword bar. So now on our destruction staff bar, our first skill is Volatile Armor that boosts our defense and also acts as a dot to help get all of our abilities off. And then we have Reflective Plate to mitigate a lot of damage coming in from everyone targeting us. It's important to have Reflective Plate for big battles because you're able to reflect a lot of the damage that's being shot your way. And very important to note that if you're in a duel, you can replace Reflective Plate with Burning Talons, and that helps out a lot with single targets or even multiple targets at once. But with multiple targets you want to have the Reflective Plate. And the Coagulating Blood for our on-demand heal, that way we can heal whenever we need it. And then we have Elemental Drain, which really lets everything pierce through the opponent's defenses. And as our final dot we have Structured Entropy, which also gives us Major Sorcery, so that's very important. And then the ultimate is Shooting Star, that way you can smite down all of your enemies, like these guys. And lastly is our champion points, and I'm not max CP, so I still have a good while to go, but here's just a quick look at what I have, and you can pause the screen to see what points I've put into. To get the look of the Infernal Overlord, you're gonna need the Dragonknight helmet, obviously. For the shoulders, waist, and body, we have the Dragonknight armor style, and the rest of our armor styles are Hollowjack, along with the Embrace weapon styles. And underneath everything, we have the Infernal Epidermis for the Flame Atronach skin, and that really fills in the gap for the Dragonknight chest piece, because otherwise it would just show your skin right there. And of course, every evil overlord needs an evil mount. The Flame Atronach is probably the closest thing in the game to an actual dragon. Of course, no build is perfect, like of course everyone is gonna die at some point, but this build is very powerful and it works very well. The biggest weakness that this build has, however, is that Templars are a perfect counter to it. You see, Templars have the cleanse, and that takes off nearly all of our dots at once, and so we have to reapply everything except for the slodes, because it turns out that the slodes don't actually get cleansed. So that will still be dealing damage, but you're not going to be dealing anywhere near as much damage as you would be to any other class except for a Templar. Ideally, when fighting a Templar, you want to take your time and slowly whittle them down until where you can just kill them when they're low on resources. But with all their healing that they have, that's usually very hard to do, because once you get them low, they can just easily heal and then it starts all over again, and you're not going to be dealing as much damage the whole time. But that's fine, because the only thing that should be able to beat an evil overlord is a hero of light, so I think that fits very well. And it also keeps this build from being completely overpowered, and it evens the playing field a bit. And that's a quick overview of my Infernal Overlord build. Mainly you just want to have the skills that I mentioned, along with the armor sets, the Dragonknight, the Mad Tinkerers, and the Slow Semblance set. Thank you for watching, I'm Dark Hero, and I'll see you guys next time.